When I got to Hayes, I felt scared, alone kind of. I'm around multiple different people with multiple different problems, multiple different reasons, and I was wondering how can I work on myself, and I gotta be around this. It was pretty hard, and I felt disturbed. But we be crying out for help and don't have no way to get it, no sources. In jail, like, you're not gonna get it.
The important thing to mention about the girls' prison is that it used to be a prestigious black boarding school. It opened in 1886, and in 1947, New Jersey adopted a constitutional provision prohibiting school segregation. It closed in 1955.
It later turned into a girls' youth prison.
You had notable luminaries visit: Eleanor Roosevelt, Booker T. Washington, Albert Einstein. They will be appalled that the school now is a youth prison.
It turned exactly from a school into a youth prison that's working against people of color.
Jamesburg opened in 1867, 2 years after the emancipation of slavery.
It's been open for 150 years. Every year that it's open has just been an investment in failure.
We're here to say that 150 years is enough. It's about time that we invest into our community rather investing into youth prisons that don't work. We actually launched our campaign on the 150 years anniversary of Jamesburg, which is June 28th. And we actually started the campaign with a rally with over 300 people coming out in front of Jamesburg to advocate for the closure of these youth prisons. So the racial disparities is actually really high in New Jersey. It's actually the highest of the country, with black youth more likely to get locked up than their white counterparts, even though they commit the same crimes at the same rates. However, white youth are more likely to be diverted back into their community and to actually community programs, rather than black youth will get sent to a youth prison and into the juvenile justice system.
In addition, we also have the fourth worst Latino to white youth incarceration disparity rate in the entire nation. And so what we know is that it's not about certain kids are more criminal or more prone to offend than others. It's about racialized policies and practices that are seeing certain kids as kids.
In New Jersey, it costs over $280,000 to incarcerate one youth in a youth prison for 1 year.
That money, it can solve so many problems in our community. We see schools that lack books, lack technology, lack teachers. That money can go to fund those things. Colleges are expensive and students have trouble, with financial aid and all that stuff. That money can go to those students. It can go to financial aid.
You're using $280,000 to lock one kid up for a year when I can be using that money to get a free college education.
With all that money that you're doing to lock us up, why don't you use that to give us incentive so we never even get to that point?
Why can we not afford, more guidance counselors, but we can afford to keep a police officer in our school?
Over 70% of the youth reoffend within 3 years. We're seeing with the recidivism rates that it's not working. They need to start reinvesting into something different.
As we say in our 150 Years is Enough campaign, it's wonderful to close New Jersey's youth prisons, but we also need to reinvest funds into community-based programs, into prevention, intervention, diversion programs to make sure our kids, one, never touch the system in the first instance, and when they do, are able to stay in the community with their families.
So it's really important for youth to be involved in the process, right? Not just, yes, having a seat at the table, but really driving this movement, because at the end of the day, they're the ones that are impacted.
How are you going to close youth prisons without talking to the youth?
We like to treat the symptoms and not the actual issue. So we would rather lock the kids up instead of going into these communities to see why they're actually doing what they're doing.
Youth prison, youth justice, it's all about us.
We need the youth at the forefront of the campaign. And I really feel like the New Jersey Institute for Social Justice has done a really good job with that. They gave us the space to be heard. They utilize our voices when it comes to the campaign, right? They put us at the forefront of the campaign. They put us on panels. They give us an opportunity to really express ourselves and be heard when so often youth, that are impacted by the system, they don't have a safe space to be heard. So after Chris Christie left office and Governor Murphy came into office, there were a lot of questions on what it would look like after these 3 youth prisons were closed. And Chris Christie set aside funding to open 3 new facilities, and that is not what we want. We don't want to keep investing in failure.
They're shutting down the 2 main facilities to rebuild 3 new ones that are smaller. But it doesn't make sense because why do we need them in the first place?
Governor Murphy, with the outcry of the community, he actually created a task force that's in charge of creating recommendations on what the closure of these youth prisons are going to look like.
You can't hope someone to change by punishing them. That's not the way people work. That's not the way we humans work.
We want our youth out the prison, back into the community, making good of their lives instead of wasting it behind bars where they don't belong.
Our goal with the campaign is to be able to close down youth prisons and reinvest back into community alternatives, right? And that means programs that are really gonna rehabilitate youth, right? Before they even touch the system.
Governor Murphy, we need to end all youth prisons and start funding schools and alternatives for jail.
We need more programs to be facilitated, and we need more people who actually don't just do it for the money.
Invest into community programs like mentors, like credible messengers.
Like a big brother, a big sister, programs that actually push them and move them into the right direction.
What we're doing now is not working, so we really need to be able to do something different. New Jersey has historically invested in failure. 1 more year is 1 more year too much, let alone 150 years. 150 years is enough.
150 years is enough.
150 years is enough.